Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of NomadCraft. I am here in the spawn village and I am going to spend some time to show off some stuff I've been working on. First up is this fish and chip shop, which was left unfinished. And at first it had a back wall and it was kind of a big closed-in warehouse-looking area. I don't know if you got to see it much, maybe in other people's videos, but down below here is a potato farm that would be supplying said chips for the fish and chip shop. But I decided to make it an arch and with a tunnel down the middle so that it would open up some sight lines and be a little bit more interesting than just a block. So down here we have the drive-through, which has chips and fish, of course, and the interior of this isn't finished. I really would someday like to have the potatoes funneled up here and have some sort of fish set up inside in this area, and then behind these barrels there can be people attending to customers. And so you can go down in here, and this is room for all of the bits, the behind the scenes. Now up here, of course, is the restaurant part. We have seating and some lovely dining decorations, as well as a kitchen inside the middle. And, you know, I'm really happy with this. I think it looks nice, and someday it'll be functional. But let's see here. Not much else of a view to get at it. This is kind of the best view you can get. But I was happy to finish that off, and let's move on to another build. Now over here is the party cake. In the inside is a party room. It's got a disco floor, a cool DJ place. It's got a hot tub here, a table for cakes for eating, and then another table to put presents, a place to put your hat and your coat and stuff. I've got hanging banners, a disco ball. Inside here are cakes and custom fireworks, as well as some music discs. And the outside is really the thing that takes the cake. I'll have to go into free cam mode here, but it is a giant cake slice, woo, on a big like picnic blanket sort of thing. It is a chocolate cake with some layers, and it's got a dollop of cream, a big cherry, and a little mint leaf. I'm really happy with this one. I just love making big versions of things, and this was quick but also fun to make. It's got all the little crumbs and everything. So it's meant to be a space where people can hold parties if they want. We didn't really have much of a space like that besides from the barbecue pit. So this might be a place where people can just go and hang out if they want to have like a little party or something, you know? Jumping out of chronological order, I have helped a tiny bit with decorating this new place for the Masons to live. It's an amazing build. Oh my goodness. But I helped build this little decorative water feature coming down from the above waterfall, and extended, you know, the path over here. I extended all of these paths, the roads actually. The design started out over that way, and I decided to copy the design and build it out over and around the kind of main shop area. I want to expand it even farther, but that's going to be for a later day. So I don't know if I've talked about this really, but I built a big 2-tier wheat farm just because we all needed it. As a way to bolster up the food situation, and got some pumpkins, and I moved the bone meal machine over there, just as another source of food as well as wheat for the whole packed mud thing. And I made a little home for some cartographers. Not that big of a deal. Wanted to put some diorite to use. I needed them for the globe banner pattern. And so I decided to just make a little hut for them. And another little thing that I did, so a while back, I made a green little wool frog so if you remember, Jean used to have the Froglight store just kind of as chests on the ground. And so as a joke, I made kind of a fake storefront, which had this green frog at it. And he apparently liked the idea so much, even though it was a prank, to just make it his store. So I'm glad he liked the idea. I'm not sure if he realized it was me or not, but you know. So we're gonna head to the pièce de résistance of what I've been working on, which is the Iron Giant. Now, of course, this isn't completely done. I have pathing to continue, and I have sort of cleanup to do. I've got a whole lot of like work chests to deal with. But for a while now, I've been wanting to do something for the iron farm. And I had been thinking, like, what can we do? What can we do? And I decided, hey, why not just build a giant iron golem? Thankfully, it actually just barely fits around where the farm used to be. Is there? Words. It's just kind of the big cube is 1 block wider, or 2 blocks wider than the square of the iron farm itself, and so not much more square footage has been taken up besides from the arms and the legs where the ways down used to be. Or are, again, they're not gone. But yeah, big thanks to Wurtwurts, because Wurtwurts got me all of the terracotta that I needed. Like, all of it. And I am so happy about that. Thank you, Wirt. Thank you. So this is a big iron golem statue that I'm calling the Iron Giant. And it's got the vines with the Froglight little flowers to act as lighting. And inside each limb is a kind of big room enclosure, and none of them have anything in them yet. But I'm hoping that they can be filled by other people's projects or something. Like if people want to have kind of small automatic farms for some reason, or have just some other content plan and need just a room in the spawn village to do it, then this is kind of free real estate, basically. Though there is a chance that since we're missing 2 villager types, the leather worker and the shepherd, there is a chance that these 2 legs might house them. But, and of course, yes, there's the big one inside the head. Lots of birch went into this. But, of course, the main feature is the iron farm itself. And here in the back, we have a big window that looks into the inner workings of the golem. We have rib cages here, and you can see that the vines with the glowing flowers have kind of gotten inside the inner workings of the golem and are kind of glowing and lighting it up and showing its age, you know. But the main reason why I added them is because I didn't want bats to spawn everywhere inside of it. So it was actually a last-minute idea. All of this interior was kind of a last-minute idea because I realized, oh wait, I need to make this look nice on the inside. One, because I am blocking a huge amount of view, and so I need to actually put something in here so that it's not just like a flat back. And I tried to mix something in with the terracotta to add a little more texture, but the only thing that worked was mushroom stem, and that is way too expensive to use on this scale. So I just went with the plain terracotta, and I decided that I needed to add enough like structural and detail stuff that it wouldn't be too flat and boring and in the way, you know. So I decided to make the inner workings of it a heart that's hanging from a big old chain. And I had to turn off the farm, obviously, for a while to work on this, so I'm very happy with everyone's patience. And I cleaned up all of the leaves and dirt and stuff, and I made everything a smooth wool. And, you know, and the rib cages were cool. A cool idea. Everything has been carpeted in here to ensure that there are no stray golems or any other kinds of mobs spawning in here, so it's all locked up nice and tight. But, you know, everything is all the same in the underground. This, I am gonna have to move at some point. I want to keep it because it's kind of a part of the server history, and I worked around it, but it blocks the entrance down into the iron farm, so I need to like move it to the side or something. But that'll be part of my like general cleanup that I plan on doing. I wanted to hurry up and finish so that I can go and make the video for you all. And here's a good bird's eye view of the pathing that I was talking about. So it started over around here, that somebody else did all of this work with the gray palette. And so I decided to continue it on down and kind of make the full loop around, and also build it out a little ways to the new post office that Crazy has made. I think Crazy did this pathing, but yeah, everybody's been kind of pitching in here and there in little ways. Yeah. So the final thing I have to show, but come on, isn't it great? It took like most of the time that I spent working on the content for this episode. It was mostly this iron giant that made it all take so long. Because I took so many long breaks in the middle of it, and it was rough. So the final thing that I have to show is my own shop that I've got running. And here we are, behind the rockets and kind of near the shulkers, and behind this really cool statue thing, which is turned into the map museum. But here we have my mushroom store. First it started off as me thinking, oh hey, we need a spot that isn't behind Zen's garden to propagate moss, because we'd been using that area to kind of spread moss manually and dig it up, but then like Zen was kind of expanding his garden out to that point, so I thought, okay, we need like a spot where we can like just grow moss manually. And of course now this has been undone because somebody's made an automatic moss machine already, so it has no point. But it didn't not have a point when I was building. So primarily it's a mushroom store. But let's talk about the exterior for a little while. I have these custom heads on end rods for little red mushrooms, and kind of everything's mossy, and I have a little boundary here with fences and mushrooms in little pots. I just thought it was really cute to do it this way. And of course, the big mushroom. It's got a little texturing going on that I did with carpets, partially to hide light sources, because I needed to light up the top of this at least a little bit. But I am so happy with how this shape came out, because I was doing this mostly like as improv. Like I looked at a little bit of a guide for some of the circles and a little bit of the spherical work, but it was mostly on my own, which I am so happy about. It's like, yay, proof of my experience. But let's go inside. So it's meant to be, again, a giant mushroom. And here is the moss pit where people can grow and dig up moss. Kind of only I've been using it, but it goes down 3 blocks deep, and it's kind of all encased in wood, and so you can place dirt and spread moss and that sort of thing. And these banners are the reason why I needed the map makers, because I needed the globe design to make this little mushroom, which I found online, and it's so cool looking. Okay, but here, of course, is storage for the dirt and moss and bone meal and stuff, and you know, it's lightly decorated on the inside. So it leads to this path going upwards, and this is meant to act as like a hollowed out core of the mushroom that got left. You know, like the core of the mushroom got carved away into the staircase. And once you head up it, which also I'm just really happy with this staircase design. Everything worked out so nicely. Going on into the inside here, just look at it. It's so good. I'm so happy with it. I spent a while thinking that I should do a staircase that kind of went around the edges of the wall, but this is so much better. So I spent a very long time, like a week, clearing out mushroom blocks from what has going to be, and technically is, this server's gaming district, which is this giant mushroom island. I am talking the size of a continent. Like, this thing was huge. It took me a week to clear out. And so I got a ton of mushroom blocks. And so I am selling the red tops, the stems, and the brown tops. Now, the tops sell for a diamond per 3 stacks of them. The is that the same with the red? Yeah. And the white stems are 2 diamonds per 3 stacks, just because they're a little more rare. And then I am selling 1 diamond for 5 heads of my custom heads. And I haven't actually checked the store since I've built it. So in a second, we'll be able to see what profit I've gotten off of it. But back in here, we have my storage of all of my different mushroomy blocks. I'm telling you, it was a lot. See how much fewer mushroom stems I have. That's why they're so much more expensive. Honestly, they should be more expensive. And just like tons of these. This took so much work. Okay. But let's actually go and see what profit we got, since I have no idea. Let's see here. Yes, yes, yes. And, ooh, yes, yes, yes. Nobody. Okay, cool. Oh, people wanted the brown. That's great. 21! Oh, that's nice. I'll have to restock later, but oh, that's nice. 21. I love this build so much. I mean, I've really enjoyed most of the builds that I have done in this past while. The Iron Golem, I was really anxious about it because of just how big it is, and I was worried it was going to be an eyesore, you know, but I think it's good enough. I think it's just good enough that it's not terrible. I hope it isn't. But yeah, that is all that I've done in this past 2 months-ish, plus the Halloween area, but that was like a day. Like a day of work. But yeah, the village has come along a lot. a lot of work has been put into it, and even more work will continue to be put into it. Just all sorts of things everywhere. But next episode, I predict that I will be working more on my island with the Once Was, because I need to make some headway on it. And I've kind of been avoiding it because I don't really know what to do, but I figure I'll figure out the plans by the time the next episode rolls around. So I hope this tour has been enjoyable, and I hope you all keep watching and keep having a good day. And check out all these new cats I got. Hey, I've got so many new cats, and I'm going to bring them all to the island. I'm bringing them all to the island. I haven't named them. I need to name them all. One of my goals, I'm going to see how many cat breeds I can get. These have all been collected from when I was working on the golem, because like cats just kept on spawning. So we're gonna see how many I can collect in the time of my time here. I'd have to work to get a black cat, but I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it's something to pursue.